Coming up, updates from the recent shooting in downtown Iowa City and how it's affecting the community.
An upcoming Board of Regents meeting will decide the fate of 6 university majors.
And a look at when Hawkeye football players may hear their names called in tomorrow's NFL Draft.
Warm temps with rain on the way. All of your full forecast in weather.
All the latest in news, sports, and arts.
Live from Iowa City, coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It's Wednesday, April 22nd. I'm Kate Vernon.
And I'm Camila Muniz.
And the third member of our team, Avery Evans, is live outside to tell us today's weather story.
Avery, I would love to get my tan on. Is that possible?
Kate and Cammie, it certainly is beautiful out this morning. I'm here at Hubbard Park where it is currently a high of 63 degrees. Taking a look out for the day ahead, today is going to reach a lovely high in the low 80s. Tonight will drop down to a low in the upper 50s with clear skies. And tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high in the low 80s. And these next couple of days will be perfect to get some sun if you haven't had the chance yet. And yes, Kate, to get your tan on. I'll be back with the rest of the week's forecast later, but for now, back to you guys in the studio.
The Iowa City Police Department is continuing to investigate the Sunday morning shooting in downtown Iowa City.
DITV's co-sports director Colin Carruthers is live in Iowa City to give us some of the latest updates. Colin.
Good morning, guys. I am in downtown Iowa City, and as you see behind me in the distance is the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics. That's where the 5 victims were sent early Sunday morning after the fallout of the shooting. We learned on Monday that 2 of the 5 victims had been released. 1 is still in critical condition, and 2 are stable. No arrests have been made yet in connection to the shooting, but we have learned that Iowa City is still in deep investigation with the shooting, and they are seeking the public's help to identify this specific person of interest in the photo on your screen. It's important to note that person of interest does not mean suspect. The police are asking for any security footage from downtown businesses or any cell phone video recordings taken from the pedestrian mall from 1 to 2:15 a.m. on Sunday, April 19th. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact ICPD Detective Kate Burma to the contact information on your screen. As of today, the investigation is still open and ongoing, though yesterday, the Iowa City Police Department did issue a search warrant for a mobile home in the greater Cedar Rapids area. ICPD has yet to comment, though, on what the connection is believed to be. Our thoughts are still with those that are affected in the shooting. Back to you guys.
The Iowa City community rallied together to provide support for those impacted by the shooting.
On Monday, the clergy of Iowa led a vigil in support for the community. DITV's Morgan Burns looks into the support of those involved by this setback.
These are the sights of the Ped Mall just 36 hours after a tragic shooting broke out in Iowa City. Today, the Iowa City community gathered in a vigil to send their thoughts and prayers for those impacted by the shooting.
Community members packed together at Trinity Episcopal Church in Iowa City to join in prayer for the peace vigil. Students, parents, grandparents, faith leaders, and community members then began their walk to the Ped Mall, where just a day prior the shooting had occurred. The group stood together in each other's peace and care and offered support for those impacted. For some, even if not directly involved, it was important to come support those who were affected.
And we need to remember to keep these folks in our hearts and minds, not only today and tomorrow and the next week and the next month, but the next years.
While the investigation is ongoing for this tragic shooting, we know that 5 were injured, with 1 left in critical condition. But many people are still searching for answers.
It's so important that we come together and even just say, this hurts, even if we don't have answers right now.
While there are many different emotions surrounding this tragedy,
heartbreak, sadness that this is the way America chooses to live.
There is a common message that community members wanted to spread following the event.
Everybody here wants to see this pandemic, this epidemic of violence come to an end.
We need to stand up for peace and against violence in all forms.
While the investigation still occurs for this tragic event, one thing is for sure. The Iowa City community will continue to send their thoughts and prayers to those impacted by this tragedy. From the Ped Mall, Morgan Burhans, DITV.
And because of these recent tragedies, many have taken to social media. DITV's Assistant News Director Linda Lacco shows the impact of the reactions towards the situation at hand.
Some of the videos and images you're about to see contain graphic and sensitive material. Viewer discretion is advised.
A night out with friends quickly turned into chaos early Sunday morning. Just before 2 a.m., a hawk alert warned students of gunshots fired near College and Clinton Street. Many ran for safety as the situation unfolded. The shooting left 5 people injured. 3 are University of Iowa students, 1 in critical condition.
In the morning of the tragic incident, articles and media posts were being shared worldwide. Reactions and comments were being made about said posts, and it escalated to racial remarks and slurs about the individuals involved.
A lot of racist stuff, like tons, ridiculous.
Social media platforms such as Instagram to X to Yik Yak, millions of comments of users voicing their opinions about the suspects or the community as a whole.
It's not any black person's place to correct their ignorance at all, especially when it comes to racism.
Though these comments had some anonymous users and others sharing to their public profile, the backlash received from the shooting resulted more than just the victims involved.
They would be calling us zoo animals, ghetto, all these different types of names, and people have gotten much more comfortable with it.
In the struggles of being comfortable, the Black Student Union, an organization here at the university, released a statement on their socials stating that changes need to be made and that they have a space for students of color to be heard.
So it's beyond important for me and my team to hold that space and allow individuals to come together and reassure you that you belong here. This is our home.
Arijo, alongside the rest of the BSU executive board, made sure that in this time of need that these black students realize that they do belong on this campus and that those comments do not define who they are as a person.
Nobody expects something like this to ever happen. So when it does, this is not something that should be normalized.
And as these reactions continue, both positive and negative, students believe society should at least try to understand their side of the story.
Try to understand the human being that is in that situation.
I wish people would just understand at the end of the day that we're people too.
As the investigation remains ongoing, students say this moment is about more than just what happened, but how the community moves forward. From the University of Iowa, Linda Lacco, DITV.
This Tuesday marks the 100th day of the legislative section.
DITV's Kenna Murtis is in the newsroom with what's next after the deadline.
Yes,
Kenna.
you guys, the Iowa legislature still has important things to finish after the deadline has passed. After the 100th day, legislator will no longer receive extra daily pay, meaning they will have to pay costs on housing and traveling while working in Des Moines. According to the Republican House Leader Bobby Kaufman, another week of work at the Capitol is anticipated with progress to be made on budgets, property taxes, and final policy bills. The Make America Healthy Again initiative is picking up speed in Iowa. House Republicans approved Governor Kim Reynolds' latest plan. The bill would make the latest SNAP restrictions permanent, limiting what those on the program can purchase with its funds. The bill targets unhealthy foods such as soda or candy. It also bans certain food dyes from school lunches, limits digital learning for elementary students, and reinstates the presidential fitness test. The bill heads back to the Senate for another vote before it lands on Kim Reynolds' desk. Live from the newsroom, Kenna Murtis, DITV.
A downtown Iowa City bar's liquor license has been denied.
Union Bar and Grill won't have its license renewed after a unanimous vote Tuesday night. Leaders cited a violation of the city's 500-foot spacing rule between bars. Union reopened earlier this year as a restaurant which requires closing by midnight. But police say it was still serving alcohol as late as 2 a.m. this past weekend. The owner is now appealing the decision in court. The future of 6 majors at the University of Iowa is still undecided, leaving some students worried. DITV's Gabby Riss got the insight into what these students are feeling as the decision nears.
The University of Iowa is currently proposing to eliminate 6 undergraduate majors due to low enrollment, a decision that is set to be made at the Board of Regents meeting beginning later today. The proposal came after a recommendation from the Board of Regents to review academic programs with less than 25 students. The affected majors include a Bachelor of Arts in African American Studies, Gender, Women, and Sexuality Studies, Classical Languages, Italian, Russian, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics. The university says that reviewing those programs with the lowest enrollment rates will allow them to better align their resources with student demand. However, some students feel passionately about these areas of study and believe the enrollment rate alone is not enough to justify these closures.
It puts importance on a major based on the size of the major rather than the impact of the major. I really hope the university thinks about this decision and all the impacts it'll have rather than just looking at statistics.
Many also worry about what the decision to shut down these majors could mean for the fate of future students and the university as a whole.
Setting an example of reducing opportunities instead of expanding them.
I think it bodes very poorly for the well-rounded liberal arts education that Iowa has so long delivered on.
The university says that if approved, students who are currently declared majors will still be able to finish their degrees. Additionally, courses in the affected areas may still remain available with enough student interest. The Board of Regents meeting will be held later today and will continue into Thursday. From Iowa City, Gabby Risk, DITV.
Rally and Rise for Hunger. This past Sunday, Extreme Arena partnered with Community Crisis Services to help fight hunger in the community. DITV's Annika Perez attended the event and shares how locals supported those in need.
This mixed doubles tournament included players of all ages, an optional free pickleball lesson, and free partner pairings if you signed up individually.
But today, it isn't just a game. This is how community members are donating toward the Community Services Food Bank to give back to those in need.
The $30 admission fee to the tournament was directly donated to Community Crisis Services that provides a 24/7 suicide crisis lifeline, a response team for in-person help, and a food bank for Johnson County residents.
Yeah, so we're seeing new families in the door every single day. That's why it's so important to have fundraisers like this and something that the community can have fun and give back. I mean, that's a win-win.
The fundraiser hit around $3,500. This money will go toward the food bank, and anyone can use the resources once per week after filling out a confidential form. Community Services also encourages residents to volunteer or participate in events like these ones.
Well, it's pretty cool that we could have fun all day Sunday, and it goes to a good cause.
You can visit their website at builtbycommunity.org where you can volunteer, donate, or learn about upcoming events. From Extreme Arena, Annika Perez, DITV.
Coming up next, what you need to know ahead of tomorrow's NFL Draft, an in-depth look at the Hawkeye golf team and round 2 of the softball Cy-Hawk. All that and more after the break.
Happy 20 years, DITV. My name is Cole Johnson. I graduated in 2017, and now I live here in Nashville as a lifestyle and entertainment journalist. I really focus on the country music space, interviewing people like Garth Brooks, Lainey Wilson, and that would not be possible without DITV. I remember when I was back as a news director and we started going live every single day and how much of an undertaking that was, and all of the work that we did, and now it's put me in this place. I would not be here without DITV. So congrats on 20 years, and here's to 20 more.
Welcome back and thank you for tuning in this morning.
But first, let's take a look back outside with Avery for the forecast for the week ahead.
Thanks, you guys. The sunshine we're seeing today might not last for much longer. Let's take a look back out on the Pentacrest with the forecast for the week ahead. On Friday, we'll be getting some showers in the morning with temps dropping down to the high 60s. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high in the low 70s. On Sunday, we'll see more clouds than sun, but the low 70s will continue. We'll have some scattered thunderstorms throughout the day on Monday as we drop down again to the high 60s. And on Tuesday, temps will be in the low 60s with cloudy skies. And I'm really hoping this will be the last of the springtime rain as I'm loving this sunshiny weather. From Hubbard Park, Avery Evans, DITV.
Thanks, Avery. And I've seen a lot of people outside enjoying the nice weather, playing some football and stuff, and I hear that the NFL Draft is coming up soon, so I was hoping that you could kind of tell us more about that.
Absolutely, guys. The NFL Draft less than 48 hours away at this point, so let's take a look at when some Iowa players might end up getting the call. No Hawkeyes are projected to go in the first round on Thursday night, but things should start to heat up on Friday. The first Hawkeye off the board is likely to be offensive lineman Jennings Dunker. He's recognized as a specialist in the run game, which has some analysts projecting a move from offensive tackle inside to guard. His offensive line counterpart, Logan Jones, could also sneak into day 2 of the draft somewhere in the late 3rd round or 4th round. Come Saturday, guard Bo Stevens, edge rusher Max Llewellyn, and cornerback TJ Hall and star return man Caden Weechin all figure to hear their names called sometime in the late rounds of the draft. Beyond them, there are a couple of players who may find their way onto rosters via undrafted free agency. Kicker Drew Stevens has NFL caliber power, safety Xavier Nwankpa has the former 5-star pedigree, and quarterback Mark Gronowski could get a call for his athleticism and leadership. However the board shakes out, there are bound to be multiple new Hawkeyes making the jump into the professional ranks this weekend. Also, the Iowa men's golf team returned home to host their annual Hawkeye Invite. Sophomore Ryan Schellberg led the Hawks to victory, but it has not been an easy path getting to where he is today. DITV's Morgan Burhans has the story.
The Iowa men's golf team hosted their annual Hawkeye Invite at Blue Top Ridge Golf Course. The Hawkeyes secured first place at 13 under with an entire 6 strokes between them and the runner-up Southern Illinois. There was one specific Hawkeye who led the Hawks to this top finish.
Ryan played really well yesterday and carried the team.
Sophomore Ryan Schellberg exploded for 10 under through the 54 holes, securing him first place and a new career best. Many people say that golf is one of the most mentally demanding sports. After going 13 under in his first 2 rounds, the final day brought a major challenge for Ryan Schellberg. Schellberg entered the final round with a 6-stroke lead, but that may have gotten into his head.
I didn't sleep much last night. It was a different experience for me.
Suddenly, his shots were going anywhere but straight, and the bogeys were starting to add up.
Today was hard. I didn't have it and just had to battle, and it was good. It was fun, but the stress level was pretty high.
In the end, Schellberg was able to merely pull off a 1-stroke win, but this was not without a challenge.
Definitely some chills on 18. I didn't really feel my hands on.
But this wasn't the first time that he had faced adversity. During the fall season, he was sidelined due to a back injury, something that was far from easy to overcome. This injury forced him to take a step back from golf, but led him to realize an even bigger lesson.
A new perspective on golf, just it can get taken from you at any given moment. I'm another person outside of golf, which is definitely, injury has showed me that.
Brian and the Hawkeyes will have a couple weeks off before they take on their next challenge at the Big Ten tournament. From the Blue Top Ridge Golf Course in Riverside, Iowa, Morgan Burhans, DITV Sports.
Last night, the Iowa softball team traveled to Ames for round 2 of the softball Cyhawk series. In Game 1 back on April 8th, the Hawkeyes fell to the Cyclones by a score of 9-7 in Iowa City, but this time they jumped out to an early 3-0 lead with a Phoenix Silva second-inning home run. And the lead got as high as 7 after Leah McAnally homered in the 5th. In the circle, Soraya Neese gave the Hawks 6 innings of 2-run ball, and Avery Sapp came in to lock down the win. And while a lot of talk the past few weeks in Iowa basketball spaces has been about who Ben McCollum is bringing in, last night he lost his first player to the portal. Alvaro Fulgares is confirmed to be heading to Louisville for his senior season. The Spaniard averaged 8.4 points a game in his one and only season with Iowa, but played his best basketball in the March Madness tournament. He'll join a Cardinals team that finished 6th in the ACC last season and made it to the round of 32 as a 6th seed. Iowa baseball was also back home against Western Illinois last night in what turned out to be a beautiful evening. As the sunset gazed down on Dwayne Banks Field, the Hawkeyes scored 14 runs in the first 3 innings in their 22-3 victory. Caleb Wolf got the party started with a solo home run in the second. He had 2 homers on the day, his second and third of the season. Iowa's 13-run third inning came off a combination of walks, hits, and errors made by Western Illinois. And on the mound, freshman right-hander Cole Moore earned the win for the Hawkeyes. He gave up 2 hits and no runs across 4 innings. Guys, a lot of successful stuff going on for Hawkeye sports recently.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And thank you for updating us on all that. And guys, guess what today is?
What?
Today is National Earth Day. It's a day when we try and raise awareness about our environmental problems and promote action to try and limit damages to our planet. And if anyone would like to get involved, here in Iowa City, Big Grove Brewery is hosting the Greening by Grove celebration. This event is from 3 to 5 p.m. today, and there will be tree planting and seed distribution, among other activities.
Wow, that is really cool.
That's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
I think I might be able to, maybe participate.
Maybe we could go together.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'll join in as well.
Of course. Okay, guys, well, thank you for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We're here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at dailyiowan.com.
For all of us here, thank you for watching, and we will see you again right here on Friday morning on DITV.